Hi, this is T. Kirtana from Shivankeshwara College of Engineering, Department of Electronics and Communication. Today we are going to learn about the topic Constitution of India, which is handwritten, then the backbone of a vibrant democracy. India's constitution is a sacred document that reflects our diversity, democratic values, and aspirations. It's symbol of our unity and integrity as a nation. Then why do we require this constitution for India? Why do we need a constitution? Ensures fundamental rights and establish a system of governance, provides stability and continuity. A constitution guarantees basic human rights and personal freedoms, propelling the country towards a progressive and equitable society. Then a constitution lays down the framework for how a country is governed by establishing its institutions, powers, and duties, thus ensuring effective governance. The constitution ensures that no one individual or a group has absolute power, adds certainty in governance, and provides a mechanism to resolve disputes. In India's constitution, a rich tapestry of history and culture, the earliest roots, the freedom struggles, the architects, the traditional of democracy and justice followed by the Indus Valley civilization and later the Mauryan Empire and reflected in India's constitution. After a long and arduous freedom struggle, India's constitution was drafted and adopted on 26 January 1950, cementing India's place in history as a democracy the world could emulate. The constitution was drafted under the guidance of B.R. Ambedkar, a visionary and a reformer, and supported by a committee of India's greatest leaders. Then the history and significance of the constitution. So what is the history of the India and the significance? Roots in ancient India, rule of role of freedom fighters, significance today. So what is important for today? Then the constitution draws inspiration from ancient Indian political treatises such as Arthashastra and Manusmriti. The constitution was drafted by the leaders like Dr. B.R. Ambedkar, inspired by the principles of Mahatma Gandhi, and adopted on January 26, 1950. The constitution is the longest written constitution in the world. So it is the written constitution upholding our fundamental rights and providing framework for government to work in the interest of the people. Then, the features and principles of the Constitution: sovereign, socialist and secular, federal structure, separation of powers, justice for all. So, equal justice is required for all the citizens of India. The Constitution assures sovereign power to the people while also upholding the values of socialism and secularism. Federal structure. The Constitution provides for a federal structure with a division of powers between the center and the state. In separation of powers, the Constitution separates powers between the legislature, executive, and the judiciary, ensuring checks and balances within the government. The Constitution aims to deliver social, economic, and political justice to all the people in India and protect their culture and heritage. Then, the importance of the Constitution in today's India: promoting equality, protecting fundamental rights, ensuring democracy and the freedom. Protecting fundamental rights. The Constitution forms the basis for all laws in India and ensures that everyone's fundamental rights are protected. Then, promoting equality. The Constitution provides a level playing field and promotes social and economic equalities, particularly for disadvantaged communities. Then, ensuring democracy and freedom. The Constitution enables free and fair elections, ensures freedom of speech and expression, and upholds the concept of one person, one vote. So only one person, one vote. The vote is very required fundamental right of India. Challenges faced in upholding the constitution: corruption and political interference, religious and communal tensions, judicial delay and backlogs. The constitution is often undermined, undermined by corruption, political pressures, and the changing preferences of the ruling government. The Constitution guarantees all citizens the freedom to practice for their faith, but religious and communal tensions continue to pose a threat to its implementation. The judicial, while independent, is often hindered by backlogs, denying justice to many citizens. Then, recent controversies surrounding the Constitution, NRC and CAA, the Citizenship Amendment Act, and National Register of Citizens sparked protests across the country due to concerns about their impact on citizens and their constitutionality. Then, abrogation of Article 370. Abrogation of Article 370 and the bifurcation of Jammu and Kashmir led to mixed reactions in the country and raised concerns about the violation of constitutional provisions and the impact on the state's autonomy. Then reservation controversies. Recently, various demands were raised against the government's reservation policy, arguing about its fairness, its effectiveness, and its impact on the country's economic prospects. Then challenges facing the Indian Constitution, the road ahead, are, are agricultural reforms, polarization and communalism, change. So here, recent protests by farmers against the new agriculture reforms shows that governance in India is a work in progress and that an effective constitution requires constant revisions and reforms. India's diversity is both its greatest strength and its greatest challenge. Communalism in the form of caste, religion, and the language is a constant threat to India's social fabric. Climate change. The consequences of climate change threaten the upend India's agricultural and economic ecosystem and thus its very fortune. Its constitution must respond to this challenge. Then the Constitution of India, beacon of hope, beacon of hope, respecting diversity, protecting fundamental rights, moving towards a just society. India's constitution celebrates diversity, secularism, and unity in diversity and holds the promise of the truly inclusive society. The constitution enshrines the dignity of every citizen and their personal freedom and liberties, ensuring a dignified existence to offer all. So, moving towards a just society, the Constitution is the foundation of India's democracy, providing a solid framework upon which a fair and just society can be conducted. Then, conclusion and call to action for protecting and strengthening the Constitution. Spread awareness, legal activism, political participation. Awareness is the first step in ensuring Constitution protection. Educating people about its provision and principles can go a long way in upholding it. Legal activism. Citizen and civil society groups have a critical role to play in using the legal framework provided by the Constitution to challenge instances of its violation and protect their rights. Then political participation. By participating in political progress, including voting, citizens can ensure that their Representatives upholds the Constitution and work towards its strengthening. Thank you.